All right, we are live here. Talk a little bit about mindfulness and awareness for this Mindset Monday. I'm just going to make it a quick one because I got my good buddy Rich Cooper over at Entrepreneurs and Cars. He's going to be on at 8 o'clock at his what is it? I'm trying to think of the name. The Unplugged Alpha Mondays. So yes, go over there when you're done talking to me and go hang out over there at 8 and see what's on there. I am invited to go on there, so I have to go find out what the topic is and then go and hang out. Surprise. What's up, Jerry? Hi, Wade. How's it going, guys? Just wanted to get in a quick little pre-show to Rich's show. You know what I mean? Afi in the house. What's up, man? Um, so good to see you guys. And yo yo. So yeah, when you guys are done here, like I said, go check out Rich's thing because I'll be over there in a minute. So first though, we'll address the Alpha Mindset course. The initial offer to my loyal subscribers, clients, and followers had ended on Saturday. And so I had a few people who were in my inbox like, hey, man, I'm sorry I missed it. And how can I get in on the course? Well, good news for you. Link is in the description or rather, link is in the yeah, it is in the description and it's in the chat as well. So you guys can get the Alpha Mindset course there. Now, it is not at the same price as the initial offer, as I said. And if you missed it, you missed it. And that's, I need you guys to understand something because I'm going to kind of point all my people that emailed me and got into my social media about this. This isn't about so much money or anything like that. It's not about that. It's about integrity. Okay. If I say I'm going to do something, I got to do that. All right. And that's just the lesson here. All right. If I say I'm opening up this enrollment at this introductory price, which is way lower than what the course is actually worth, and I'm doing it as a gift to you guys for being my loyal clients and subscribers, but it closes at a certain time on Saturday on the 30th. If I say that, that means that that's what it is. You know what I mean? So unless there was a technology thing or issue, which you would have emailed me right there, and there was a problem, I can't just give you the course for the old price now, because then all these people who rushed to make sure they got in before that close time and date now are like, well, why did I rush to do that if he's just going to give it to people anyways for the introductory price? Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to, and awesome, and we got I'm getting raving reviews for this thing, by the way, which I'm very happy with. It's 18 plus hours, 52 modules of all the things that you need to do to get this right here. You want to get your mind conditioned, tempered, more aware, emotional self-control, outcome independence, all the things that you need when you're having frame in your relationships and at work and in your life and with your families and with your friends, and tailoring your responses to the outside world, reconditioning habits and building better habits. All these things require you to work on this part right here. And yeah, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Moon pilled, rational. Great. All right, so we got ourselves some crypto guys in here. That's good though. I love it. I was just talking about crypto stuff earlier today. It's good stuff. But anyway, so yeah, all of that stuff. That's what this course is for, and it's open now. It's still at an introductory price. It's just now open to the public. There'll be some ads for it. I'll actually feature it on my website. There'll be affiliates. You know what I mean? That people that I work with, possibly we'll see. Who wants to get in on that and offer it to their audience and their people. We'll have affiliate links for it. Like all of this stuff you do when you offer a course to the public, that's all going to be happening this week. I have the link for it and you can get on it and purchase it. That's in the description of YouTube. But over the next few days, you'll start seeing it pop up places, normal advertising. And so the introductory hour offer last week is really just for you guys who are dedicated and have been supporting and helping my channel along the way. And I know you guys were chomping at the bit to get that course. At least there's two things: the mindset stuff and the frame stuff. Now the frame stuff and the seduction stuff is gonna the seduction membership program is happening later this week. Okay. And so there we go. so so later this week we're going to have membership programs, different tiers, so we can work on seduction. But if you want to get your seduction right, you got to get this part right, because some of you guys have ways of responding to women, to the outside world, to your own beliefs, thoughts, emotions that are not productive for getting girls to basically be in your frame, do what you want, and to be attractive to the women that you want attracted to you. And so this mindset stuff is going to help with that, because that is a process. It's just like tempering your body and working out. You're not going to have the body of, a calendar model overnight, right? You have to start working through your diet, your exercise program, and showing up a little bit each day. And that's the same thing with reconditioning behaviors and emotional responses and thought responses. It's a little bit of conditioning each day. And anyways, the mindset course is 52 modules of how to do that. Again, it's now up and available. Okay. And so this is, you missed the other part. No, sorry, Lucas, it's not. It's on it's the introductory price now open to the public. And then the reason I said that is it is, like I said, it's integrity on my part. If I say 5 days and it closes at this time, understand I went live now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I went live every single day. I sent an email out to people on the email list every single day. Toasted Rule Zero on Saturday. Said it was closing at 2:00 on Saturday, Eastern Standard Time. I even extended it for 2 more hours. And then after that, all right. And so, Lucas, you are awesome. I appreciate you, bro. Again, my, condolences. I would love to do the old thing, but I can't, because then everybody looks at me like, well, dude, you said you were going to close it at a certain time. And I raced off to buy it and made sure I did it. Now, what was that? Was that a marketing scam? No, man, the real thing is that it was offered at such a low price. It's way below market value. It's like putting something on sale. You can't do that for too long. You go out of business. You know what I mean? Because 18 plus hours and 52 modules of work to really get that right. I mean, that's worth a lot more than what I charged last week. And it's actually worth more than what you'll pay today anyway. So the good news is, bro, is that you're actually getting a deal anyway. Okay. And so that's the thing on that. All right. And so, we got, okay, Z, I appreciate you getting me on track. Thank you. All right, let's get down to business, and business is awareness and mindfulness. And so, and by the way, if you guys got any questions, ask them in the chat. All right. And I will look for the question mark and I'll answer what I can before I close today's cast. So mindfulness is a practice. It's more of a meditation practice, but it's where you practice just having awareness of your actions or what you're experiencing. Well, we could really call it your experience without judgment or evaluation. You're just observing it and taking it all in without inserting your thoughts into the mix. And so that is what mindfulness is as a practice. Awareness, and is particularly self-awareness, is one of the most difficult things to develop. And it's kind of the key to really getting what you want in any sense, right? So if you're, for example, not holding frame with your girl, there's probably some things that you are lacking in awareness about her emotions, her thoughts, her beliefs, and how to interpret her behaviors. There's some things that you're lacking, some things that you're missing, some things you're not noticing. Now, as you increase your skill in game and in understanding women, in seduction, and in understanding yourself And also increase your skill, more importantly, even than that stuff, with then shutting off your own filters and being able to see and evaluate things for how they are without your judgment or without you inserting what's going on in your own emotions and mind into the circumstance. And you can just see things for what they are. Now you have awareness and you're going to be able to know what's happening and be able to respond accordingly. And so that is the key here of a lot of things. So let's say you want to accomplish a goal. Let's say somebody's like, man, I just can't seem to stay on diet. Well, and they need to improve their body composition, but they're struggling with the diet piece. They're probably doing things that they're not aware of throughout the day regard to their own eating habits. And this is literally putting things into your mouth, right? I mean, like you should know when you put something in your mouth. Insert joke there, right? So insert sexual innuendo there. But you get what I'm saying, right? You should know, right? And yet people are not aware. All right. They're not aware of what they're doing and their behaviors until sometimes long after the fact. They may be missing things or doing things. Here's a great example. I had a client I was talking with today who's very aware, very good, very alpha guy. Okay. Has a good understanding of things. But we talked about his mental framework in dealing with women in his relationships. And how if you start with the wrong mental framework or something that's a little bit off, you could be dealing and handling things on the back end that you shouldn't have to necessarily deal with, and particularly with your own emotional responses. And so what it happened that it was dealing with, it was just a simple lack of awareness for where to place women and how to prioritize what their thoughts, like how their emotions, thoughts, and beliefs should be affecting your sense of value, right? And so without having thought about it, he was in a pattern, which most men are, by the way. This is a pattern most men, even guys who are experts at game, experts at pickup, they're caught in the same pattern where when they allow for the emotional exchange to happen, meaning they're now actually in it with a girl and she's more or less a regular girl in that guy's life, maybe an LTR, okay, or maybe just somebody he's got feelings for. We'll say catches the feelings for, right? So when he catches the feelings for this girl, okay, what happens is now he starts to give weight on her opinions of his value. When I say that, I mean as expressed by her actions, words, and emotions. And so here he is in a sexual exchange with this chick. He's seeing her pretty regularly. And now he has high emotions for her because he really likes her. They have a great connection. Things are going pretty well. Well, now he gives her more or less his own sense of value is now heavily or more heavily weighted on her opinions of him than it should be. Okay. So if she, let's say, ghosts or decides not to listen to him and whatever, gets a little irritated with him, they get in a fight, or she just doesn't call him back right away or text him right away. Now he's feeling less valuable and he's feeling like she is doing something personal against him at that point. And then he's responding to the circumstance in that way. And, when things went south and more or less was a breakup happened. Now he's really emotionally distraught about it. Like, man, like how could she just sort of ghost me and then go off like that? Well, when the reality is that you cannot. So here's the awareness part. You have to have the mental framework and then be aware of these things as you get into these situations. So like my mental framework with a woman, I'll even use like my LTR as an example. I mean, I have all the high emotions for her, care about her, love her, all that good stuff, right? I can enjoy that stuff. But I'm aware that she is in an emotional sexual exchange with me. And that makes her not objective about my actual intrinsic value as a man. And it shouldn't be. She shouldn't be objective about those things. She should feel good about me and be wanting to be with me, not just objectively analyzing me, right? Like she's some sort of evaluator or something, you know. And then I'll give them a negative check mark here. Like that's not how relationships work. That's not how interactions work in the sexual marketplace. And so so I it shouldn't be where she's an objective evaluator. She's not my supervisor or boss or part of some committee for a position I'm going for or something like that. You know what I mean? This isn't a scientific study or a clinical trial. This is a relationship. And in a relationship, she is not going to be an objective evaluator, and she shouldn't be. So, what that means is when her emotions are high for me, hey, I'm going to get all of the good responses from her. Her behavior is going to demonstrate that I'm this awesome, great, super cool, badass dude or whatever, right? I'm this alpha, seductive, whatever. Just start inserting words of awesomeness into the picture when her emotions are high for me. When her emotions are not high for me, she's not going to be behaving like I'm like that person. What's the difference? Like, let's say we get it, things are going good. She's, singing my praises, and then I don't know, we get in an argument or something, and then now she's like, I'm really mad at you, and screw you. I don't really want to talk to you right now. Well, one set of behaviors is saying how great I am. The other set of behaviors is saying, you're not so great. What's the difference between the two things? With me, at what my intrinsic value as a man, what's different? What's changed? Nothing. Nothing has changed. I'm the same dude. The only thing that's different is her emotions have changed based on a triggering event. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe she made a mistake. Who knows, right? But there's a triggering event and her emotions fluctuated. That's it. And so when you start off with a girl and you allow yourself to catch the feels, so to speak, you have to have that awareness that her behavior towards you is not an objective statement of your value. That's something you have to be aware of. Otherwise, you lose frame when her emotions go the other way. You start to react now instead of being that proactive alpha leader that she relies on. You see what I'm saying? And so that's just an example using the relationship stuff and those dynamics to demonstrate what I mean about holding frame, right? Well, that's not really what there's that, but about being aware, okay? And how awareness is what you need for being able to hold frame. You have to have the right mental models and the right understanding for how things are, in a way that's productive for you. And you have to be aware of her behaviors, thoughts, feelings, emotions, and just aware of the way things are, aware of how life goes, right? Aware of things, right? Based on your knowledge and your understanding of this stuff. The term red pill aware. That's a term. Why? Because when you were the blue pilled person, you weren't aware, right, of a bunch of facts about female nature. And then you learned about those things and you learned about intersexual dynamics. And you were like, holy crap, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't know that if I had known then what I know now, things would be way different, right? Or whatever. And so now I'm going to make my life different moving forward. And that's the key to this stuff is awareness. Okay, you have to have the awareness. And mindfulness is a practice. And in the course, the Alpha Mindset course, I talk about that. And I have a whole module on breaking down some of these different techniques and stuff to develop mindfulness, because I'm taking the magical thinking out of things like meditation. You know what I mean? Some of these practices that people do to try to become more elevated in their mental and their mental and emotional states. I'm removing the magical thinking and the woo-woo, type of thinking that a lot of people place into those things and showing you what actually works and how the practice goes for elevating your mental state and your mindset. Okay. And so that's what that does. And you can develop this thing called mindfulness. You want to, of course, have the understanding, but how do you have understanding? See, how do you really truly understand on a deep level that her opinions of you, and once she is in a sexual slash emotional exchange with you, meaning she's in that kind of relationship with you, her opinions of you are not accurate or objective necessarily. They're only a statement of her emotional state and her attraction towards you. It's not an intrinsic objective evaluation of your value as a man. How do you know that? How do you internalize that? If you've been harboring, let's say, things since childhood when mom, gave you validation or removed validation, or your first girlfriend or your one-itis or whatever. These all these previous experiences, and now you're in your 20s or 30s or 50s or whatever, and your habit, your pattern is to get into with someone romantically. You get an oxytocin bump, right? You get oxytocin from that relationship, and once the oxytocin happens, all of a sudden her opinions are to you believed to be an objective statement of your self-worth and your value, and now your self-worth and your identity is rolled up into this romantic partner who could be a crazy person, right? Like she could be someone who just feels really good to be around and to bang, and then you find out 5 months later or something that she's a nutcase and that she's not mentally stable and that she's screwed up. You know what I'm saying? And so that is what I mean. Like, that's not just something that we can have a discussion about. That's not just something that I can like write in a blog or whatever, and that you're going to go, oh, yeah, dude, that's cool. Like, right. Okay. So her opinions don't matter as far as my personal value is concerned. Oh, thanks for telling me, bro. I'm going to go off into the world now and execute that. That's not how it works, right? Because you have a pattern of behavior now and an emotional pattern based on a neurological connection between a stimulus and then a response. The stimulus being the oxytocin, the response being, I put a lot of weight into her opinion based on her. This is a good one. My ex used to always tell me how I was feeling. Well, thank you. Thank you, ex, for letting me know how I feel. But there you go. Okay. And so how your mental models matter, but your awareness matters. Being aware, for example, that, okay, I have this bad emotional feeling right now, but that's not because I'm low value, even though that's how she's treating me. And actually, objectively speaking, her treatment of me right now is just saying that her emotions aren't really good for me right now. Let's evaluate why that might be. Okay. But that doesn't mean that I'm a crappy person who needs to, try to win her over necessarily because so I can get my value back. Or someone broke up with me and left, and now I have to try to get her back so I can have a sense of self-worth again. And see, these are a lot of the behaviors people are doing. And do you think that they're aware when they're doing it? They're not aware. When that dude is trying to get that ex back, he is not aware that he is in that circumstance where really what he's doing is trying to get his own sense of self-worth back, to try to get his own feelings of being validated back. When most people are getting their exes back and trying to and pining for it, really wanting that, it's because their self-worth has been damaged and they see that person as the stimulus and to give them their self-worth back, to reignite that self-worth they had when they were with that person, because they gave that person's love and respect and care. That's the connotation and meaning that they gave it in their brain. And that's going back from patterns that developed when you were a kid. Okay. And so you have to be able to break that pattern too. It's not just cool. Thanks for the cool idea, bro. I'm going to go do it now. If it was that easy, we'd all be like super stud alpha pimps. You know what I mean? But it's not that easy, right? We have to actually do some things to get ourselves that point and to like recondition this response. That's what that alpha mindset course is about. By the way, it's the techniques to do that. But hopefully this is something that makes sense. I'm seeing that light bulbs go on here in the chat. I'm gonna look backwards here for some questions. And nope, Lucas is a freaking alpha Chad. That's why those are his abs. And so I'm going to go back here in the chat and see what we got here. Cool. Awesome, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. See, crypto making money. Yeah. There you are, man. You got it. You're on the right track. Thanks, Raj. So I'm going to be signing off here soon because we got to jump on to Rich's show. We got to raid entrepreneurs and cars and make his numbers go up. So let's see what we got. Awesome. Good, bro. I'm glad you got it. You particularly, because I know there's some things that, this will help you a lot. So it's awesome. There are a bunch of, I know, right? I love it. It's awesome. All right, cool. You guys are the best. I appreciate it. Anyways, it's a little Mindset Monday for today. And so do with it with what you will. All right. Your awareness is very important. And self-awareness is one of the most difficult things to develop. And it's a constant development. Awareness of what's going on around you, awareness of other people's behaviors and what they mean and the context behind it, the subcontext, all that stuff, but just awareness too of yourself and what you need to be doing. Okay. So we're going to sign off and I'll see you. I don't even know what we're doing over there, but I'll be over in Entrepreneurs and Cars, it looks like, because he had asked me to hop on. So I will do that and see you guys over there. See you till tomorrow. All right. Take care.